this year's Battle of the Bands event, in our eyes, each participant is a winner, and that they are not only talented, but have dedicated their talents to uplifting the name of Christ in their respective places of worship throughout the Bay Area. How can such an individual be anything else but a winner? However, one team was highlighted this year, and we have the opportunity to meet all members of that band. So, you two, I find out, are comedians besides, but first of all, introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Ignacion Magallon. I'm the drummer.
The drummer. All right, so you're the one that makes most of the noise,
Yeah.
I think.
I do.
And you?
My name is Dayron Hodkings, and I'm the keyboard player for the band.
And you're the newest member
Yes.
of the band.
I'm the newest one.
For instance, just like a few weeks or months?
Months,
few
yeah.
months. All right, so what is it like being the new kid on the block?
Well, I've been friends with all of them for years, so it's just a great experience playing around different churches. But as individuals, I know them. He used to play with me years ago. So does Jorge and Osvaldo, so I know them for a long time, and they're great people. They're my friends, so
Yes.
I feel great. I feel just like home.
So you actually play for the youth group at their church, but you attend a different church.
Right. My dad is a pastor at a church in San Jose, and I'm the worship director there.
And what is the name of that church?
It's the Hispanic church for Church on the Hill, which
Yes.
is Iglesia sobre la Roca. My dad has been the pastor for like 8 years, and I've been working there since.
Okay, and you, your story?
Well, I come from Comunidad Cristiana, the church.
Uh-huh.
Been going there since I was a little kid, so.
And where is it located?
I know Peters.
In Milpitas. All right. Tell me about the worship in your church. Your churches are Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
Tell me about the worship there.
Well, the worship there was just basically it's just about try to just worship with our hearts. I think the music is just a way to worship, but it's not the main thing. So we try to teach that to the congregation that, you know, it should come from our hearts, and just we should gotta worship God for what He is, you know, and just love Him with everything we got.
Okay, now many of the people who will be watching this program do not attend a Spanish-speaking church. What are some of the struggles that the Spanish-speaking people have that you see in your churches?
Well, we see all kind of struggles. You know, we have people that they go through different problems or disease, or they're sick, or financial problems. Whatever the problem is, they always can find an answer through God. You know, His resolution, our everything. So no matter what we go through, He's the answer.
And you rediscovered that, I guess, as a teenager, because you decided when you got into those years you were going to maybe do something else.
Yeah, I grew up actually at church, but when I was about high school years, I decided to see the world and see what was it like. And it was kind of weird because when I was there, I didn't feel like I belonged, so I didn't really do anything. But it just, I got a few time to look what He said outside, and
yeah,
it's just, God is the only way that I could feel comfortable and knowing that just my life is with Him.
Amen. So you discovered that the life outside of Christ was really not what it was appeared to be.
Right.
And the youth group that you work with, you have people who were in drugs?
Yeah, people are being drugs, gang related, and people are being in jail, or people that, like you say, there are people that had cancer before, youth with cancer, kids with cancer, or any kind of disease. And
what are they like before and then after they find Christ?
I think the difference is they didn't have hope, so they thought their life was going to be over. But when they found Jesus, they knew that it's always a hope for them, you know, because God is He's the last word. You know, He says when His life is going to be over. So when we find Jesus, we find our new hope to keep living.
Do you see a difference in their face? Do you
see
a difference?
Definitely.
So
Definitely,
it's a real difference.
It is.
It is a change.
It really is.
And it's real. Yeah. And you, my friend, 2008, we almost lost you, huh?
Yeah, I had an asthma attack. My lungs collapsed and put me like in a 3-day coma. But I thank God that I'm giving me another chance of being here.
How did that affect you when you discovered it? I mean, when you went the asthma attack, you probably passed out?
I passed out in the ambulance when we were in the hospital already.
And so then you 3 days
Yeah,
later.
thinking it was still Friday. It happened Friday. Woke up Monday, thinking it was still Friday. Yeah.
And so what did that tell you something different about life?
Yeah, I kind of saw life differently through my eyes, and like the things of God, I saw different stuff. Like everything started making sense. Like how beautiful life is. And it's a gift to have life, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way I kind of see life now.
So when you perform, what do you hope young people will discover or find out? When you are singing, when you are in that moment, I'm going to guess it's more than just a performance to you.
Right.
Yeah, of course. When we play, I mean, my goal is to give our hearts and our souls when we play, so people can come, you know, they can know about God and come through it. And that's the best gift. Whenever you see like a soul that has, you know, accepted Christ for the first time, or they want to change their ways,
Yes.
that's the best gift that you can do as a musician, I think, you know.
And you?
Well, for me, I think that the way we use an instrument, we also instruments on God's hands.
Yeah.
And for us, I think we're guiding people to the presence of God. So that's what the goal is every time we perform, that there's kids that they could find themselves and have an encounter with God, that they could touch, be touched by God, and have that feeling. It's the greatest feeling, and they just want to be in His presence. And that's our goal, just take people to the presence of God and for them just to have that great worship experience. And